Tento's family. It's your boy Tony, and you already know the deal. You're watching Tento's TV, yo. We got some really good entertainment, reactions, gameplay, topics, discussion, you name it. One of the best channels on YouTube. So, yo, like and subscribe. We have a lot of disturbing videos today, and this one's a wrap and it's a far stretch, but you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Yo, I'm serious about this. This one's crazy, yo. Let's get to it. And also, thank you, Tento's family, for your subscriptions, your views, and all the love and support. Yo, sending positivity your way. Let's get to it.
Now they're using Indeed to traffic people. Indeed, the app that you're supposed to be using to look for a job. People are literally coming up missing. So I came across a story here regarding some situations that's going on in Florida. I don't know if it's happening in other cities. I have never heard of this. Where people are looking for jobs, going to these places where they think the interview is at, and coming up missing. Somebody pulled a plug on
Yo, let me pause it
some
right
like
there, right? That's kind of scary if you think about it. They're using Indeed to, get people. And I want to say that like the correct term, but I don't know if I can without, getting censored or blocked or whatever that is. But they're using job searching engines to get people, if you know what I'm talking about. Now that's pretty scary. And you know what's scary about that too is it's gonna turn a lot of people off to these job searching sites. And a lot of the time these job searching sites, or these like LinkedIn or any of the portals, like that's how you get a job nowadays. I mean, that's not really like all how you get a job nowadays because you can go on the website and then check their careers and fill out an application that way. But I guess if you want to take the easy way out, because you know how Indeed and all them have like the easy applications, you could just send it through this, that, and the third. But if they're using these apps to get people, it's gonna turn a lot of people off to even trying to find a job. Let's get to it. That's crazy work.
pull the plug. Pull the plug because there are definitely some dark, evil entities that are among us. To play
Correct.
with a person at their most vulnerable time when they are looking for a job. Never mind the fact that people have been looking for jobs, ain't been having no luck. People have already been saying that Indeed ain't worth two dead flies smashed. Now they
Correct.
gotta worry about the fact that when they actually get a call back, get dressed up and go and thinking that they about to get a job to provide for themselves, only for them to possibly get
And yo,
snatched
let me
up.
pause it right there. That's what's scary. They go and get dressed up for the job interview. You're gonna put on your best clothes. Little do you know you're not going to a job interview. That's honestly very scary how they're using this now by means, you know, very, very unnecessary. That's a wild word. Let's get to it.
You got a job right now, stop complaining about it, okay? Be grateful, be
Correct.
thankful, because it is definitely something really, really nasty going on out here. There's always been danger going on in the country. You a motherfucking lie if you don't tell me that a lot of this shit ain't really start getting worse over the last 4 or 5 years. And it's a damn shame that American citizens who may be needing assistance with getting a job and using a trusted site to find one, can't even trust the damn site no more. Unplug CERN, unplug Indeed, unplug all of this shit. Matter of fact, just start the whole world over. Because at this point, we are sliding down a razor blade and landing in an alcohol river.
Yo, that does not check out. That's scary.
Check this shit out. I'm just walking around, and I'm bored and shit, waiting on something to happen in about an hour. So I'm at the grocery store picking up some stuff. I'm just walking around reading labels and shit. So I'm looking at these pies they have in the deli here, right? And they look great. They're all shiny and shit. It was a little burnt, but I mean, I'm sure it's fine. But just reading the labels on these things. This is an apple pie. Okay, apple, flour, cinnamon, sugar, maybe some brown sugar, little egg, maybe some yeast. That's about all you fucking need to make an apple pie. Look at all this shit. Look at all these ingredients.
Let me pause it right there. Yo, if that doesn't tell you something about the food we eat, that is crazy work. Literally, yo. All right. Yo, okay. Let's read some of these. Right? All right. yo, I'm about to botch my freaking pronunciations, but yo, okay. So we got all right ingredients: apples, and this is only from what I can see on the screen. Okay, apples, salt. Okay, I don't know what that next one is. Acid, citric acid, enriched flour. Okay, I understand that. Niacin, reduced iron, thiamine. I don't know what that next one is. Trait, riboflavin, boric acid. Yeah, that's wild work. And those are all the preservatives. What is that? Polysiloxane and then egg wash. Yeah, no. So think about what all we're eating inside of our foods, and all the stuff that your body might not be able to like process and break down. That's a lot of the reason why people have bathroom problems or need to change up some type of thing in their diet because we're not breaking this stuff down easy at all. This is stuff that your body's taking a while to break down. But yo, let's get to it.
And the kicker, the funny thing, and when I flipped it over, it said this contains bioengineered food ingredients.
That's crazy
The
work.
fuck is that?
His
Bioengineered
face.
food ingredients. I don't want to eat nothing that's bioengineered, motherfucker.
You
Shit's
already have
crazy.
been.
Killing us, bro.
That's crazy. That's wild work.
And we're very powerful. This country is very powerful. Let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that
Let
we
me
have.
pause it right
More.
there. And what's crazy about that, okay, so Trump saying that, well, we have a weapon that no one even knows what the heck it even is. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I believe that. As far reach as that sounds, I believe that the United States has some weapons that would define physics. To be honest with you, they probably figured that out already. If they can all right, so that naval weapon, right? That damn laser destroyer shit. You cannot tell me that they done created the Hammer of Dawn. You can't tell me that they didn't have they didn't make the Hammer of Dawn. Let me tell you. And they're over here just laser beaming crap all around. That's wild work, yo. When when that came out, that made me really think about the future of weapons technology, right? And yo, if we have that already, and that was made a while ago, and that's just speculation and theory for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. But that's just speculation. Think about it. If we have a laser beam now, you gotta keep in a fact that in a that didn't even make sense. You gotta keep in fact that those weapons were made long ago. We're barely seeing them now. Just like the phones we have and the technology that's in our hands as the civilian, we're getting the government scraps. So they have technology way more advanced that we're gonna see 5 years down the line that they already had 5 years ago. If that makes any sense. And again, speculation and theory. This isn't real. Woo. But let's get to it.
Powerful than anybody, even not even close. So nobody's going to do that. But I think that if that's what you're referring to, maybe it's not. But just
Yeah, he's big balling it right now.
Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Number one, Xianglong Apparel, who supplies the most yoga suits, and it is also the OEM for Fila and Under Armour. Number two, Hongqisheng Clothing, who produces yoga suits for Lululemon. Lululemon sells this jacket for nearly $100, but here only costs you $6 to $5 with similar fabric and quality. If you want to get in touch
65.
with
Okay,
Super
let me pause it right there. That said $65 and it just said 6 to 8. Okay. All right, but yo, on some serious note, right? This is a topic that's controversial because all right, so since the tariffs and all this is happening, China decided to come out with the video, right? And they decided to be like, oh, well, y'all are paying this and that, thinking you're getting it from Italy, you're getting it from Germany, you're getting it from, where it was manufactured and made in, like the province it was made in. But so Chinese came out with a video saying that all that you're getting from, Italy and, France and everything like that is all fake and they're just getting it from the Chinese factory and they're sending it out to Spain and wherever, you're getting your clothes and all that from and they're just stamping their logos on it, like they'll get sent from a Chinese factory to Spain, but then, Spain will have a custom leather on it that'll be, Spain's custom leather that'll say like made in Spain or something, and then just slap that tag on. But okay, so that's one of the theories. Another one of the theories is China's hurting right now, right? And so they're really, really good at making videos that seem like, how can I put this? They're good at they're good at having you perceive something better than what it really is, right? Or something worse than what it really is. Because they're propaganda machines. Now, so imagine that they're putting a video out just like this one, right? Saying that, oh, you're getting it from here and there, but it's not real. They're made in our Chinese factories, which is actually, that checks out. But now imagine, right? They're saying all that so you can feel like, why am I buying all this designer stuff from these people? And you know what I mean? If it's just coming from China, let me just go to these, these little red sites, or let me go to these, offhand Chinese sites, and let me go get some Gucci from there, you know? And then they're like, oh, it's the real thing, this and that, or let me go to DH Gate, this and that, this and that. But what if all of this was just a propaganda machine, right? Just so you can be like, screw all this, because we're just gonna get the same thing anyways and go buy it from the Chinese site, but it's still, but how can I put this? You're getting fake stuff anyways. None of it's even real. I feel like there's some things that are authentic and real in the world, but you're getting, stuff that they're saying is real because they done had you believe that the sky was purple. You know what I mean? But yo, let's get to it. That's just speculation, theory.
Well, supplier, contact with me. I'm Rosie from EU, China.
Contact Rosie. Give you
I know the
some
government has been
Chinese
real stressful
nights.
for everybody lately. All the news is pretty much just bad news. But I got some more bad news. That's the best part. There's a problem that I don't really see many people talking about, so I'm going to bring it up. There is a huge white nationalist movement going on in the United States. I knew about it years ago, but there wasn't anything I could do because it's freedom of speech. Plus, they're very organized and they're very hidden. And it's not just like a couple clubs, down south. It's not just that. They have them in every single state. In bigger states, they have them in every single city. And it's not just like a club where people come together and have a couple drinks and play cards. They are training. They organize together with outside chapters to work out martial arts, firearms. They also do other things that just regular dude shit. These are not just dudes. These are dudes that have been training for the past few years because they want to be ready for what's about to happen. Everybody told me I was crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Why are you spending that much money on ammunition? Why do you work out so much? This is why. I told people that when this shit happens, don't come to me. I was crazy every day but one. The day it happened. Now, I'm gonna hold your hand when I'm telling you this
And
because
yo,
I
let
mean
me
this in the
pause it right
nicest way.
there, right? I don't mean to cut off the gentleman speaking, but yo, I do also feel like something crazy's happening, right? And something always crazy is happening. Let me reiterate that. I mean, like, as in some kind of movement that's gonna tear apart a lot of communities. So that's just my opinion on this. This whole thing, speculation and theory on what's going on in the world, but I do feel like something's gonna happen, and it's gonna separate families. It's gonna separate communities. It's gonna separate governments. It's gonna be a new world, and that's gonna be the life on life terms when that does happen. Now, I don't think it's anytime soon, but life is getting ready. If that's not gonna happen, then yo, the earth is dying, yo. The earth is defeated. You know, we're defeating the earth every single day. But yo, let's get to it.
If you are a bigger person, you need to lose weight fast. You need to go get a gym membership. You need to work out. If you are out of shape in any way or form, even if you're in shape, you need to join a gym. Lift
Correct.
weights. Do cardio. If you have a boxing membership or some type of martial arts, even better. If you do not own a firearm, buy one. Practice with it. Yeah, they're expensive. Put it on
Agreed.
a fucking credit card. Not like we're going to last long enough for you to pay it off. And no, don't buy a freaking High Point. You need to do your research. Buy something very reliable. Buy something that you can afford as well. Buy ammo. Buy ammo. If you can afford plates,
Yeah, yo, let me
buy
pause it
them.
right there. Sorry I keep pausing. It's just very controversial. Yo, honestly, when he said right there, yo, go buy yourself a defense, you know what I mean? Go buy yourself some self-defense. Oh, I know they're a little expensive. Honestly, you can buy yourself a good little Mossberg. A Mossberg 300. Yo, those are only like $200 at Walmart. $250 at Walmart. And that's a very, very great home defense weapon. I'm looking into one myself, and it's cheap. And you know what? It'll save your family. And to be honest with you, $250 to $300 is way is that's way better than, you having to give someone that you love up, their life up because you didn't make that 250 $300 purchase and something happened, and then, you know, you lost someone you loved. I would make that investment for your family and your home. But yo, there's rules to that. You got to keep some things separate from each other, 'Cause remember, you got some kids, put it up. But yo, let's get to it. Get yourself some self-defense weapons for your home.
Level 4 plates, not tactical first aid kits. Make a bug out bag. I know there's some people that have had trouble getting in shape.
Bug out
This
bag.
is a reason to, because this isn't a negotiation anymore. Now you don't have a choice. You have to. This will save your life. You got a bunch of social medias, delete them. I mean it, delete them. That $500 billion that we're putting into AI, we already have AI. They're going to use it as surveillance. They are going to access your phone without you knowing. And be careful what you say to people, because over 100,000 members worldwide of this organization, they'll turn you in when things go south. And the names of the clubs will not always be obvious. I want to point that out. They have hundreds of different names, and not all of them you would think, oh, that's a club. Be safe, be armed, stay alive.
Yo, that's scary. Yo, yeah, your bug out baggies. What the heck? I didn't even realize. Okay, let me pause it right there. I didn't even realize that I had two videos on there about almost the same thing. That's kind of okay. Make sure you and your family got a bug out bag. Be ready and prepared, right? This is a whole nother video. Wow, let's get to it. That must be scary, to be some. Let me pause it right there. That might be scary to be someone of colored, skin, and all of this is going on right now, and you hear all of this other stuff, and people are telling you get your bug out bag ready, and it's like, what's scary is what if none of this is happening, right? And they're just making threats through the eyes of propaganda. This is just speculation and theory. Let's get to it.
Shit. People are losing it. So Pope Francis has been laid in an open casket for people to go and pay their respects. But people are starting to get really worried, and there's a scary reason why. So there is a 900-year-old manuscript, and this is buried deep in the Vatican archives. And this archive has successfully predicted every single pope in 900 years, including this one in our time. However, this is where shit gets crazy. There is no pope after Pope Francis. In fact, what it says in the manuscript is after Pope Francis is Judgment Day. It actually indicates that the end of the world would be 2027. So people are starting to think 2027 will be the apocalypse. People are starting to speculate that whoever steps in as the new pope will be the start of the end of the world. I personally don't know how I feel about it, but it's fucking weird. Could 2027 be it?
I don't even know what to say about that. That's scary.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be simple and watch this video to the end. Something is going on in the desert. This video is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, yo, let me pause it right there, right? Now, these people are on YouTube, and one of their accounts have been taken down, but they have another account. I'll have to find out and, post their tag in the next video, which will be tomorrow or the next day, right? So, yo, viewer discretion is advised if you're sensitive to some content, but this is a very, very serious situation, and I think this happened. I think this is going on in Arizona right now, too. So, long story short, I think these people were hiking or something, and then, passed over into this area, right? And it seemed like a mountain, like a little place that's, secluded. And so what they found inside of the dirt, what they found inside of but like beneath the rocks and hidden were like little kids' backpacks, little kids' shoes, little kids' toys. Yo, that's sickening. What makes people want to take kids? And that's like, and it's crazy because I had a conversation because I seen a video like this on TikTok, right? And I was talking to my wife about it, and yo, like this is not okay. Not okay. Yo, let's get to it. Remember, these are disturbing videos up to date, and they have a little bit of some sensitive content. So, like I said, viewer discretion is advised, and I apologize if you're sensitive to the content. So, sorry for the trigger. This is a trigger warning right now. And also, yo, 10 Toes family, thank you for your love and your support. Yo, like and subscribe. Helps get me to the algorithm, and, it helps us get this kind of information out. And we do it in a way where, they don't look at the channel and try to like suppress my channel. We do it in a way that's entertaining, fun, and speculation and theoretical purposes only. But you guys know, All right, let's get to it.
Real now. What do you mean? So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water. Okay. And we found this like little pond that's like north of an arroyo. That's what's up. And this thing is filled with kids' backpacks. Those kids must have forgot their book bags on that field trip. Come on! And there's like...
That doesn't check out. That's scary.
And like, there's like a bunch of more backpacks. Wildlife activity, like if you dig down... Okay. It's like... There's backpacks. No, it's
Look
not.
at this.
Little kids' backpacks.
Look at this right now. Look at this.
Those are grown-up backpacks. Like, there are kids' fucking backpacks here. Ain't no way. Come on! I'm armed. Yeah, like you got your arms. We found a place out in the middle of the desert north of our property that, has bones and boots and... What? Kids' backpacks. Stop. Hey, man. Stop saying that. This is getting really, really weird. What you mean you found bones? Are you sure? Kids were on a field trip. They forgot their book bags. They was eating lunch. They had chicken. Those were chicken bones. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that guy was talking about.
And yo, let me pause it right there, right? So the way he's also doing it, yo, shout out true story, but the way he's also doing it is in a way, that might seem like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's making a joke about it. He's not making a joke about it. He's just doing it in a way so he also doesn't get censored. You know what I mean? But pay attention to his, the way he's moving his hands and this and that, or, he's being like, he's telling the truth in a way that he can. You know what I mean? But let's get to it.
Bags and bones. He's talking about chicken bones because the kids were there eating before they left for their field trip and they forgot their book bags. Shut up! It's not a game, guys. What was that guy talking about? Do you know? Because I don't know what he's talking about. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys, and you know what time is it. Shut up! That must have been a skit. Come on, bro. What show is that? Let me know. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys, and you knew what's going on out there. You already know. Stay out the woods. Stay out the jungle. Stay out the desert. What are you doing there? Looking for water in the desert? I knew something was
correct.
Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys, and you know what's going on. But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever in the desert walking and I see book bags and chicken bones, I'm just going to think that kids were here eating and they forgot their backpacks.
Damn, that is crazy work. Shout out true story.
Okay, this one's a weird one. Trigger warning for some of you. There's a TikTok account called Wiggins World. Family sold all their possessions, moved off grid to the deserts of Arizona.
Yo, okay, let me pause it right there, right? So this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's Wiggins World. And you guys can find it on platforms, TikTok, YouTube. I would I can't really talk about a lot of this on my channel because it's a controversial topic, but go check out Wiggins World and you guys do your own research, right? And that's what's crazy. But I think that previous video that just played was them, But yo, let's get to it. And again, trigger warning and yo, what is it? Parental discretion advised. Let's get to it.
Out in the desert. I'm just gonna let the video roll. Let me know what you guys think about this, and have you guys ever come across something like this? Pretty scary. Take a look.
Well, now I'm recording right to TikTok because shit is getting real now. So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water, and we found this little pond that's north of an arroyo, and this thing is filled with kids' backpacks.
Filled with backpacks.
and there's like a
All right, so
mound
let me pause
here.
it right there. But that was basically covering what the previous video was, but I guess so that video that I showed you guys, right? That one, that original one was taken down or something happened with that, and there was creators that gathered that video that put it out also in case his channel something happened with his channel, other people would be putting it out. That was basically what that is. So, yo, if that's going on, this is some real stuff out there. And this is some very scary stuff out there, guys. Yo, Ten Toes family, if you have children, please, please protect them at all costs. Try to see where their whereabouts, or, you know, be locked in with what they're doing and just be attentive to them. You know what I mean? Because it's getting real out here all over again. I mean, it was always real, but okay, I remember like maybe 5 years back, right? It was getting bad to the point where like people were, going to Walmart and trying to, snatch people and take them in their vans and this and that and the third, right? And it was getting to the point where people didn't want to go trick or treating because of how dangerous it was. Even just to be out with your family, because they didn't even care if you were with your family. That's the thing. They didn't single people out. They were just trying to get people while they were with their families too. And that's happening again. And this is just speculation and theory, because I want to get this information out also without, you know, the detriment of my channel. But you know what? Worst comes worst, we make it multiple channels. They ain't getting rid of the Ten Toes family. This is a lit community, and we're glad that you joined, new subscribers. Thank you. But yeah, so these are really disturbing videos, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is part 15 or 16. It might be even 17. We're on the move. We're on the move, babies. Hey, but nah. So, yo, Tento's family, make sure to eat your breakfast and drink your water. And also, my apologies. I had to take a couple of days off. That's why I didn't post for the last 2 days. But it's very important that you guys take some time and, rejuvenate your mind and, you know, get your get your flavor juiced up. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, we're back to it. Yo, disturbing videos all week. Yo, share this and drop a comment. Tell everybody how you feel. But on to the next one, Santos family, and later.